Hey guys, thanks for joining in. I wanted to show you the Halo QuickLink low voltage kit of 6 Canless micro edge Canless downlight. So basically what it is one transformer, one, if I'm not mistaken, 40 feet line, end cap, and then 6 Canless slim lights. So let me see the specifics. It has five selectable colors for the lights that are selectable. Let's see, are they selectable from the light itself or from the controller? So each of those lights comes with, this is a distribution box, this is not a controller, comes with this nice stencil that, let me just zoom out. Yep, comes with this nice stencil that you can use for making sure that the hole that you're cutting is right there. So you see it is 6 1/8 of an inch. It's exactly what you need to. It is exactly what you need in order to install the light itself and put in the controller and do your connection. So the color of the light is not managed centrally, it is managed with this controller. Let me zoom in a little bit. So you have 2700, 3000, 35, 40, 50K. This can be attached to a rafter or a beam, but normally you do not do that. Basically what you do is you twist this along a cable, snap this in place, zoom out, snap this in place, feed it in, let it go, and it is installed. The spring tension is pretty nice. The spring itself is not wobbly in any way. You have good amount of tension here. You have the ring, you have a foam ring. Come on, focus. You have a nice foam ring to ensure that you have very good seal of the foam ring around the hole for it, because you don't want, conditioned air getting sucked through an opening here and going in your attic. Insulation seems to be done very good. Let's see, not only it is there, but it's also a little bit of silicone put there. From what I see, it is very well built. This is the actual heat dissipation heat sink. It is the purpose of this metal plate as well as this metal ring around. This is metal, it is not plastic. The acrylic cover itself, it is not glossy, it looks a little bit like matte type finish, exactly because of those little dimples that help very much in dispersing the light. So Let's just check other settings. So total of all of the 6 lights outputs 5600 lumens using 83 watts. 66.9 lumens per watt, 94 color rendering index, color accuracy. Oh, it is certified. And I wanted to show you one thing on the bottom itself. So here's the thing. It shows barcode, model number, material number, as well as this little logo here, Thomas Edison. So probably you know, or you should know, this is manufactured by Cooper Lighting Solutions. Cooper Lighting Solutions is part of Eden, and Eden is historically being very involved with Thomas Edison. It is Cooper Lighting Solution. Cooper Energy is one of the original companies that was acquired by Thomas Edison in order to focus on energy distribution. So it's quite a lot of heritage put behind that. And what I mean by heritage is not exactly how this particular set of lights is designed, but the process of designing it is such to ensure that this gives off long life, is relatively cheap, because it is a cheap product. It is I shouldn't say cheap, because cheap has a connotation of not having a quality. This one has tons of quality built in the product itself, and at the same time it is very affordable. 6 lights is covers a living room or a large dining room, and the dispersion of the light is perfect in order to have this. So the processes that were built in production of this ensures ease of installation, ease of operation, functionality. You can switch the color temperature to match any range that's already installed in your house, or if you're starting fresh, to have anything to, have any color temperature that you want. They come in well packaged, so it is safe for online ordering. You can absolutely order those online, and don't worry about them having scratched or something like that. That won't happen because of the packaging itself. It is very sturdy. It came in additional packaging on top to make sure that you actually have protection. So this is the controller piece. You get one controller for the exact 6 lights. Alright, you get one controller. So this is the ingenious thing. Why this has hit the market right now, why this wasn't a product on the market, let's say 10 years ago. Previous versions would have a controller built right here, and you'll have 120 volt, 120, 130, 110 volts, or whatever your network is, you'll have fading on the cable to that. Why? You don't need any of that. Before we jumped into installation, let me just quick mention that it's dimmable between 0 and 10 volts, which translates to roughly it is dimmable to 5%. The angle, the The light dispersion angle is 12 degrees. It is rated shower light, meaning you can install it in a bathroom. It is airtight, exactly for that feature, having this foam ring around. T24, this is the California efficiency standards. It's certified by ROHS and UL certified as well. It is a top quality product, and by top quality I mean that it is really a top quality design, not only manufacturing, but it is also a top quality design of the entire process. So installation is you have the knockouts here if you want to use a standard knockouts, or you can use the plastic strain reliefs. Very easy to install, very easy. It is simple popping this open. This is your end cap. Let me show you in a second. And you have push to connect connectors for your feed line, and then that's it. That is everything. Connect that to your line, and then simply use the 40 feet wire. After you end cap it, after you end cap it like this, let me just zoom in. You put an end cap to it, just so you, if in case you have some kind of you know, some kind of moisture in your attic, this moisture doesn't bead up here and doesn't cause a problem, even though if it beads up here it would evaporate. So this is a low voltage line, that's what it is. So with the low voltage line, here's the smart thing. With the low voltage line, you don't have to comply with all the requirements that normally apply to high voltage line, meaning on some occasions when you're crossing, you need armored cable. You may need also certain distance between water lines, stuff like that. With this, you only need to install, and you can install it one go. I mean, this would fit through a 6-inch opening, so you don't really need access from the attic. You can just cut your 6-inch opening, connect your power line here, feed it, and then feed the rest of the 40 feet cable along the route of where you want to install your lights, all from one hole. This is not extremely heavy. I mean, this is I would say this is about 3 pounds, and the majority of it is actually silicone that's poured over the, I'm wondering if I would be able to open that to show you guys. The majority of it is a silicone that's put there in order to prevent humidity and dust buildup there. Come on. Yeah, I won't be able to do that. Just bear with me a second. I'll try to do that. Oh, come on. Alright, so the majority of the actual weight is the silicone that's being poured over the, the controller, the components inside, what is left open are those two capacitors. So once you inspect them, if they're bulging, you know that it's time to replace that. They do sell the heatsink for that. It's on the bottom part. It is advisable, although the instruction manual doesn't say anything about it. It's advisable that you do not bury this in insulation. The sheer volume of it is sufficient enough to ensure, you know, heat propagation, stuff like that. So it is one thing to watch for. One thing to watch for is that preferably you don't want this buried. You don't want this buried in insulation deep. I mean, there could be some insulation on top of it, but it is advisable to not bury it completely. Let me just see if I can show what's inscribed here. Couple of electrician instructions here. Input, driver model number, compliance standards for Canada. So the output, as you see, is 47.3 volts DC. Come on. Class 2. Alright, so all of them are serialized, and they have an excellent warranty. This specific product, I believe, comes with a 3-year warranty. It is a very good product itself. Knockouts here too, if you want to transition your power line from here and exiting there. Again, 40 feet of wire, that's absolutely sufficient for covering any large room. It does save a lot of wiring time. You don't have to do, in terms of wiring, you don't have to do anything. It is a very simple and straightforward process that's been utilized so far only on connections that are used for landscaping. So if it's used for landscaping outside, obviously it can be used for indoors applications that are less prone to you know, to humidity, water ingress, stuff like that. How it works is those two pieces, those two little prongs that you see right here, they puncture the cable sheeting, and they connect with, come on, focus, and they connect with the cables inside. So how it works is you put that cable inside and then align that stem here, and simply twist. So once you're twisting, those two probes puncture the cable sheathing. You can see it like this. Alright. They puncture the sheeting, and they puncture the cable sheeting and the overall sheeting. So all you have to do is tighten it, and that's it. That's your connection. You don't need anything else. You don't need splicing. You don't need anything else. And at this point of time, it is both watertight and it has a strain relief, you know, because the amount of space, the amount of surface that contacts with the sheeting is so big that, I mean, it wouldn't hold your weight, but it is definitely serving its purpose as, you know, strain relief or accidental bumping into the cable. Again, this is a low voltage cable, and you don't need to worry about orientation or polarity of the cables. It can be installed, the cable can be installed this way or the other way. It will work either way. Ideally, ideally, I don't know, maybe I'm superstitious. I would always install that in one polarity, but you don't have to. You don't have to. You can discern during the installation. You can discern the cable that it has the cable inscriptions, you know, the cable settings on one end, and this can be indicative of how you want to install that, to make sure that all are consistent, that all your connections are consistent. You can do that, or you can completely forget about this. All in all, it is extremely good product, very well built, very well manufactured. Ease of installation is phenomenal. I mean, this is the future. Nobody's going to splice cables anymore. You don't need 100, 120, 130 volts for array of LEDs. That this frankly is using like, what, 12 volts. So you don't need any of this. You don't need anything but a low power connection. If you are, especially if you are building this on less than 40 feet, 40 feet of length. 40 feet of length, I mean. If you are building on more than 40 feet of length and you want to buy two, then you, of course, you can install. You can't daisy chain more than 6 lights. So you need a separate. If you need to install more, you need a separate controller, driver like this. It is extremely well built product. Light dispersion is phenomenal. Heat dispersion as well through this ring. Very good foam ring. Very low profile itself. I didn't show you. I didn't show you this, but the profile itself is very low, so nothing sticks. Nothing sticks above 1 inch above your you know. Let me show you. Nothing stinks more than, you know, 1 inch above the internal part of your sheetrock. Yeah, it is about 1 inch. So very low profile. You can install it without. The best advantage to it is you can install this without having the need to have access, attic access. It all can be just fed through 6-inch opening. And starting from the beginning, if a lot of the cases you have joists and rafters that are in the way, on those occasions the only thing that you need in order to bridge them is make a hole through one of those long screws for electricians, and a lot of electricians are doing this on a daily basis. I'm just saying that you can do this on your own, and all you need is a hole to feed this 40 feet cable in order to go to the next light, or to go to the next one, or feed it through a curve or something like that. You can feed it through you know, those fiberglass fishing poles that are used for feeding cables, and you can use also the types that are more more often that look like a specific that look like a, you know, tape measure. So basically, here is what your cable looks after installation. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yep, only a puncture hole. That's it. If you want to change your position and you have already done this to your cable, all it takes here is few wraps around with insulation tape. That's it. Nothing more and nothing less. So tell me, how is this not an ingenious solution to a lighting problem? Ease of installation is phenomenal. In terms of price, it's just unbeatable for the range that it provides, the quality that it provides. It is pretty good product, well deserved good review. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.